called Salesworx, which is a sales intelligence and sales outreach platform. So we will just go through it in detail, that how it helps in multi-channel sequencing for sales outreach as well as in sales research or intelligence. So if we start with it, you can actually go to campaigns first. So there are two parts to it. One is campaigns, another is accounts, right? And context is your normal context, where you can actually upload your CSV file and can add all your contacts of your leads. Then it comes to campaigns. So what is campaign is you can set up multi-channel sequencing for your leads through AI. So for example, if I click upon campaign steps, here you see multi-channel sequencing. So first you can set an email, then you can set up conditions, then follow-up email, then LinkedIn connection, then LinkedIn message, then WhatsApp, and then even you can add a voice AI. So this is called static sequencing. You can put your whole sales outreach on an auto mode, right? Even you can add conditions like if it opened email, if clicked in email, if booked a meeting, then what should happen, right? So it is very smart in a way that you can add a lot of conditions that what should happen in the next sequence once the user acts upon your first email or maybe on first sequence, right? So this is called static sequencing. But what we have done is first, how it is different. A lot of platforms are today available for email outreach, right? But very few platforms are available for multi-channel outreach, where you just upload your contacts in here, and then you can actually outreach them on multiple platforms to increase your engagement. That is one, right? But the smartest part is the smart mode, the smart sequencing. What is it? So the smart sequencing is that you can actually set up smart sequencing like this. If the user doesn't open an email within 24 hours, switch the next touch point to LinkedIn. If the user clicks any link in the email or LinkedIn message, then send next email or LinkedIn. So what is happening is, instead of for example, the first email has gone out and the second was scheduled as a follow-up email. This is static, right? But in smart sequencing, it will detect the user behavior, and basis the user behavior and user engagement, it will change the number of steps and it will change the channel of engagement. For example, the user has come on LinkedIn of yours and shown some interest, but the static sequence was scheduled for follow-up email. But if it is on a smart mode, then the channel will be changed to LinkedIn, and instead of 1 day or 2 days, it will instantly send a LinkedIn message. So it will automatically accommodate and adjust the messaging, the tonality, the personalization of the content, and the channel and the time of that channel, right? Basis the user engagement. That is called smart sequencing. So that is another piece of our platform Salesworx, where you don't need to rely upon static sequencing, right? But it also understand and analyze the user engagement, right? Now, how does the sequencing look like, right? So if I go to individual sequences, that is the second big piece of the platform called hyper personalization. Now we are done with the spray and pray approach. There are a lot of platforms you can set up, like content of email, content of LinkedIn, and automatically sequences will start. There are a lot of platforms available, absolutely right. But what our platform does is AI automatically hyper personalize the content basis the end user profile. So for example, Peksha Singh, Chief Product Officer, is there from a particular company. So we have defined certain sales triggers in the system, like for example acquisition, growth strategy, funding rounds, and there are so many others which have been fed to the system. Now AI will automatically fetch the information of Apeksha Singh from internet, like LinkedIn, from Google News, from website, and will fetch in all information and categorize under different categories. For example, there was one news around acquisition, there was a few news around growth strategy, Then there were a few news around funding rounds. It could be news, it could be articles, it could be a LinkedIn article, it could be anything. And then AI detects that which is the best article, news, or an insight to select to personalize your content. So for example, if she's a chief product officer, maybe the best email to write would be, or the best email to write would be around something on digital transformation, or something around product strategy, or something, if the AI finds information around it, right? And then AI will automatically detect the best fit news and the best fit sales trigger, which will get auto selected, which you can certainly change also. And basis this article, it will automatically personalize the content. But the content will not just be personalized basis the insight of the user, but also basis your company profile, which we are defining during onboarding. So there is a step where when you onboard the platform, you can actually define your services, your capabilities, your case studies you can upload, and basis that the email will get hyper personalized. It will actually write relevant content basis the profile of the user, basis the insight of the user, and basis your company's capabilities and profile as a social proof. So it becomes the one foolproof email where it is very relevant to the end user rather than a standard email, right? So as you're saying, you can attach your maybe case studies or something like that, and you can put conditions. If open email within 1 day, then what should happen? This is static sequencing. And then as I said, you can set up smart sequencing also, and then the follow-up emails will go like this, where all the messages, whether LinkedIn or email, will get auto hyper personalized basis the sales trigger which you have selected during the initial stage. So this is how it works, right? This is hyper personalized, and you can actually review all the sequences for all the users, right? So this is the dashboard of that campaign, where you can actually see the campaign and how many have opened, how many have clicked, how many have responded. And you want to see individual sequences for all the leads, you can review it from here, right? And this also shows buying authority, buying intent, sales code, which I will just show you here. So we also have got AI based intelligence, where you see a picture seen from North Face, so it pulls up the buying authority. Buying authority shows whether she is an influencer or she is a decision maker, and so on. So we have defined the categories in the backend, and the AI pulls up the profile from various sources including LinkedIn and others, and we have defined whether the person is an influencer or a decision maker, and so on. Then the buying intent could be commercial, could be informative. That again, we are categorizing the buying intent basis the insights we have received from internet on different sources, that what sort of insights we have received. For example, we found a news where she was engaged in a procurement of digital transformation project, then most likely her buying intent is commercial, right? And sales score could be high, low, or medium. So again, there are different categories and criteria we have defined the backend, how sales score should be defined from low to high. Then the relevance and recommendations, we pull up some content. Then at the company level also we pull up some content, why it is relevant, and recommendations, buying behavior, financial health of the company, match score of the company. So you see a kind of a detailed profile here, right, of that company. And even we have put in match score and sales score. So sales score is like, for example, ready to talk, hot prospect, warming up, right? So this is coming basis the user engagement. So if it says ready to talk, most likely could be the user has booked a meeting, responded positively to your email or LinkedIn, and so on. If it is warming up, that means the user has clicked upon any website link or downloaded your email resources, and so on. So similarly, we have very well defined kind of sales score. And then we also have match score, which is basis your ICP, ideal customer profile definition, which you set up during your onboarding process of the platform. For example, highly aligned with your ICP, good fit could be matches your ICP traits, and so on, right? And then comes the accounts, where you actually go to a particular account and you see a lot of insights like account profile, account plan, conversations, and then deals. Okay, so for example, in account profile, AI actually gathers a lot of insights around challenges and needs, recent investments, key priorities, revenue report analysis, our solutions to solve company problems. Now, our solution to solve company problem, again, the system knows your capabilities during the onboarding, so it is able to kind of map the solutions against the pain points. So there are a lot of details of insights for this account which are coming here, right? And then you can go to account plan, where you can manually define account plan, as in what actions you want to take for this account, who should be assigned from your team, what should be the due date to take that action. So you can actually create an account plan from a sales perspective. Then you can also see white space audit, basis the insights we have gathered, and basis the solutions the system know, it can actually suggest that for this company North Face, there could be a high opportunity, kind of solutions available from your company perspective. It will categorize. Then relationship mapping, so it will pull up the key decision makers from the company's website, or could be from LinkedIn. And then you can say that for John Dave, he's the CEO, right, for this company, you want to assign a relationship from your team, let's say Zara, right? So you can define the relationship mapping also, that who are the decision makers and influencers in that company, and who should get in touch with this person from your team. Then conversations, this is very insightful and important. What we have done is we have done a conversational summary, AI based conversational summary across all the channels. For example, you send emails, you do WhatsApp, you do Zoom calls with the customer. So all the emails, cold calls, email responses, Zoom calls, all the data gets summarized, unified and summarized, and then it gives you a conversational summary that so far, if you had 2 meetings, 3 email exchange, 2 calls, what is the overall conversational summary and the net sentiment analysis? Is the deal going positively? Is the conversation going positively? What has been the tonality so far, right? So you can see very good insight that we have been running this conversation for last 2 months, and so far it looks very positive, or whatever it could be. Then also it categorizes the band qualification summary, budget, authority, need, and timeline. Throughout your conversation, it can define, have you discussed the budget, has the customer indicated about anything on the budget. If yet not to be discussed, or yet to be discussed, then it will probably say yet to be discussed. Authority, who has been the key decision holders, what has been the need and challenges, what has been discussed during the conversation. So all this data will actually come from your email, Zoom calls, and phone calls, which has been summarized here, right? And on the right hand side, there is a conversational AI, where you can actually get few things done. For example, you may say, prep me for a meeting, right? So it will ask you a few questions. Are you referring to an upcoming meeting, or which meeting you are referring to? If I say yes please, it will actually help you or recommend you few points to prep you for a meeting. Similarly, you can ask it how to upsell, give me a pitch pack. All this is coming from the data and insights we have pulled from the conversational summary, right? And then last is deals. You can actually create deals here like in any other CRM, and you can save those deals here in the system as well, right? It also shows some very insightful small nudges, like sent response 10 days ago, net no follow up 13 days, right? So it reminds you every time, because a lot of SDRs, BDRs forget that this account had to be followed up, this deal had to be followed up. So it actually keeps you reminding that it has been already been 13 days, there has been no follow up, and you can actually send follow up emails like this, right? So it again pops up your sequencing, and you can add it to sequence. So a lot of such stuff is there, very nice stuff. There are some dashboards here. You can add your contacts as like your CRM. You can run campaigns, right? So you can hyper personalize the content. This is the highlight of the platform, to hyper personalize the content based on the insights of the end user, and hence it increases the engagement rate and the open rate of your emails and LinkedIn messages and so on. And and the best part is it's multi-channel sequencing, hyper personalized multi-channel sequencing. So to summarize, this is an AI based sales outreach platform which is multi-sequence and hyper personalized, plus it is a sales intelligence platform where you can actually see a lot of insights for a particular client or an account to nurture them and engage them. So that's all it does, and it is called Salesworx, and it really works. Try it for a demo. Its website is salesworx.ai, worx.ai. Thank you so much.